here is Frankfurt Harbor. I made it in last night, and there is a anchorage designated off to the western side that is just for anchoring, and then this is a special anchorage where there's mooring balls. I don't know if these are private or public. I ended up just pulling up to one and tying off to it, so no one's come and yell at me yet, but if they do, I'll just see if I can find a spot to anchor over that way. There are a ton of fishermen here. There are a bunch of salmon in the water here, and that's what they come and fish for, especially in late August, September, early October time. So the boat ramp over there is just more than busy, but it really hasn't been an issue like throwing a wake or anything. All the guys are slow and respectful around here, so I had an easy night's sleep. So I'm tied off to this mooring ball. And I always prefer to tie off to this rather than anchoring, at least in a crowded harbor like this. And so what I do as a solo guy doing this, I drive up next to it and have it come down the side. I grab my boat hook and I put it inside of the eyelet there, pull it up, and then I can feed this orange line through there. Then tighten it, hold down on it, and the boat will spin back around. So it's really not too bad doing it by yourself. Obviously easier with another person, but really not an issue. So I do plan on going into town there. Over there is a farmer's market, so I was gonna go and pick up some fresh vegetables. I think that'd do me right. And then I also have some trash here to take out, so I'll load that onto the dinghy, and then there's a dumpster way over there. I'll see if I can go and drop it off at. So looking forward to getting into town, seeing what they have. Maybe if there's a library or a bar around, get in and upload a video or two. Best food is bought over at farmers markets. This was a really good apple. Everything changes.
Life.
Still need a little bit more time. Does anyone really mess with all these different things? except for popcorn, which usually always cuts it short for me anyway. Every man in this world, that's the only button he needs right there, baby. Add 30 seconds. So it's always important to eat healthy. So I got some veggies here on the side. So I was talking to some other cruisers about their experience down in the Bahamas. They said a lot of the time you can't always get water right there at the gas dock. And sometimes the only water, whether it's free or not, is actually in town from a pump. And so how am I going to get my boat in town? What they said was if you've got 5 jugs of diesel on deck, you don't have any jugs of water on board, you're not thinking right. They said you gotta have a couple jugs of water, at least 2 5-gallon ones, by the time you get down there. So if you have to walk into town, fill up water, and then hike it out, you guys have seen my frame backpack. I can load it up there, no problem. You know, that might be what I have to do. So I have got, I just picked up one the other day when I was at Walmart to see how and where I want to fit it on the deck. I got those 2 new buoys, 2 new fenders, which are awesome. They just make docking or tying up to anything amazing. You don't have to worry about scratching anything. I've got some trash I got to offload at the next place I get to. But I'm thinking about adding another board in over here, just like I did over there with the diesel. Thinking about adding a board in there and putting water jugs on this half and then those 2 fenders up there, and then I can obviously put my trash kind of in a bag somewhere along there. So there's still a couple ideas out there of projects, what to do and what to upgrade to make things more comfortable. You can see that fender is already stretching or engaging the net, which isn't a problem, but that's where that wear and the friction on the little rope to hold it in place begins, and it starts to wear out. So eventually here down the line, hopefully within a couple weeks, I'll get another board and I'll put it up there. So remember, 7-foot board, just like the old one, and then we'll get it lashed on, and should be another fun project. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 boats within my bearing, and these are all sailboats. So I might take one of my sails down so I can see a little bit better. All right, so what I did was I just furled in the Genoa a little bit there, so now it's just about in line with the mast. And what that does is that gives me another 1.5 feet to be able to see, and I've already got a sailboat coming at me. So I broke one of my dinghy oars, and what happened was the paddle part broke off of this one. So I bought a replacement one. I probably should have bought 2 to make them look good, but that's just the way it's going to work today. So now I've got to figure out how to cut, drill, and put in you know, that screw and bolt head over there with that new paddle onto the old oar and make sure they're the same length. So that's the project for today. So one notable thing that I did add was 30 foot of 3/8 inch galvanized chain. All I had before was about this, I think it's 6 or 8 foot of this plastic braided chain, which is really nice, but it just wasn't enough distance. And you guys know, I was having a lot of anchor drag, and I think this is what I was missing, because I haven't had any issues since. So again, this is another 30 foot of chain. So I'm just under 40 foot total here, and then I think 150 foot of line here. So that's been keeping me pretty safe and sound, and then I've been sleeping easy these last few nights ever since I got this on. So what I would recommend to you guys is at least 30 foot, maybe somewhere around 40 foot, and you're gonna be sleeping easy. All right, good morning, guys. I am headed out here, well, I guess it's afternoon. I just spent a really nice, relaxing night up in White Lake. It's in Montague, and now I'm taking just a quick afternoon sail, motor sail down south to, So I was just up there in Montague at White Lake, and now I'm heading south towards Muskegon. I think I'll hang out there a couple days and just relax. It's been really nice weather. Although with this nice weather, I'm always kind of pushed for time. It makes me want to go further and faster to get out of Lake Michigan here, but it's good to have hangout days too. Old Silverside. That is sweet. Submarine. Right here in Muskegon. This town's looking sweet. I might hang out here for a couple days. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Then there's an old Coast Guard boat. Oh, there's a bunch of flags on it of ships they've sank, and then ships they've damaged, all Japanese. Damn right. Just got anchored here at Muskegon. It's really nice. There's a lot of traffic around, a ton of people out, a bunch of sailboats, and a huge a passenger freighter, a dual hull. That's a catamaran type passenger. Huge. It's really cool to see. Here's another old Bubba coming by. So it's nice here. I might stay a day or two, see if I can, I might relocate tomorrow, get closer into town, see if I can. If not, just hang out here. So really happy to be in. It's really great weather. And then another short 20-mile skip my next passage. So things are doing good, having fun right now.